Hey guys, we're doing another way of multiplication today. And I've called this way the grouping method. You'll see why, because it'll remind you of the grouping method. All right, it's just another way of setting it out. It's actually not that much different to the way that we did yesterday. All right, I just want to recap and remind you that there are two things that you need to be sure of when you're doing multiplication sums, when you're doing longer or harder multiplication sums like this. Firstly, you need to know your basic times tables. All right, be sure of those. Okay, and secondly, you need to still apply that multiplication trick when it comes to your tens and your hundreds, where you cover up the zero, you do your multiplication sum, add on however many zeros you covered up, and then you have your answer. All right, so you need to apply that multiplication trick. So, grouping method, just like with our other grouping methods, we group. All right, we first break down tens and units. All right, and then we put that, what are we multiplying by? 3. We put that in its own little group like that, as well as the units. Okay, then you can just go ahead and do the sum. 7 times 3 is 21. 20 times 3 is 60. Oh, but you did that so fast, Mrs. Bickert. No, I applied the multiplication trick quickly in my head. All right, so you're covering up that 0. You're going 2 times 3 is 6, and you're adding on a 0. So 20 times 3 is 60. Have we finished our sum? No. We still have to add those two amounts together to get an answer of 81. All right, so let's try another sum. Let's do a sum with hundreds in, just to get some practice. I will do 227 times 3. Okay, so we're going to put them, or this bigger number, into groups, okay? Hundreds, tens, and units. All right, you can break it down first like this, all right? Then you can be sure. Okay, then we have 200. What are we timesing by? 3. Then 20 times 3. Then 7 times 3. All right. Once you've done that part, you can go ahead and multiply. And it is so easy. 7 times 3 is 21. 20 times 3 is 60. 200 times 3, 600. How did I get that answer so quickly? I covered up those zeros. I went 2 times 3 is 6. I covered up 2 zeros, so I added on 2 zeros to get 600. All right, so have we finished yet? No, we just have to quickly add those amounts together, and we get an answer of 686 to get our final answer. All right, shall we do one with 0? Do you think it's necessary? All right, let's just try one quickly. All right. $204 times 3. All right, so remember when we timesing with a 0 in multiplication, the answer is always 0. All right, you won't have anything other than that. So you can include it in your sum. It's not a problem. Or you can just leave it out. All right, so there's no tens. You can go 0 times 3 if you want. The answer is just going to be 0. All right, or you can just leave that out totally. Doesn't really matter. Won't change your answer. All right, so 4 times 3 now. Okay, so there's our 3 groups that we've got. Units, tens, hundreds. All right, 4 times 3 is 12. 0 times 3 is 0. 200 times 3 is 600. All right, we've got to add those amounts together to get 612. Right, do you see how easy those sums are? Shouldn't be any problem. All right, so today you're going to apply this method, putting them into their little groups, times them by whatever you times them by. Just double check that because this number can change, so see what you are timesing by when you're doing your sums in your hardcover book. Let's see how you do.